And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day, a great day in Tampa Bay here as your consumer advocate, all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions and serving as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to engage with you. Multiple ways that you can engage with the program. All you have to do is reach out to 813-670-7372. That's our Consumer Advocate hotline.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Just give us a call on the hotline, 813-670-7372. Anything that you hear on the show today, we have special offers at times throughout the show as well. And bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on the website at consumerqb.com. This segment is brought to you by Infinity Medical Institute. Over 10 years in the business, and they offer low T therapy, hormone therapy at Infinity Medical, successfully treating over 40,000 patients, and a leading expert in bio-natural hormone replacement therapy, serving the greater Tampa, Florida area. Pellet hormone therapy is a great option. InfinityMedicalInstitute.com, InfinityMedicalInstitute.com, and your direct dial is 813-871-2929, 871-2929, 1715 Northwest Shore Boulevard, and great people over there too, I can tell you. Kat and Michael have been on the show. They do a great job over there. And we are here in studio. It's all about helping you win. Expert contributors on the show today. Doug Levi back in studio, Strategic Insurance. Welcome in,
Brandon,
sir.
Always good to be here. And today we're going to talk about some changes and updates going on the home insurance side of things and how to make sure you're properly protected.
Very cool. I appreciate that. That's some good stuff. And, all types of different insurance as well. Auto, home, the type of disability type insurances, if a business owner, especially if you're a key person in the organization. So we'll dive deeper into that with Doug Levi here, our insurance expert contributor. Adelia Bennett making her debut. Welcome in.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming
here.
in. Yeah, great to see you. What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about mobile massage and the benefits that it provides and how I can help the Bay Area.
That's right. Yeah, stress relief and all those things. We hear it over and over. Stress is the number one killer, right? We hear that hundreds of times, and Heavy Mellow Mobile Massage.com. Heavy Mellow mobilemassage.com. So the mobile aspect makes it that much better too.
Very convenient.
Very convenient.
Yes.
Awesome. So we're going to talk about that here on the show. And as your consumer advocate, as you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got a hot property on Boca Ciega. This property has just been reduced down to $650,000. Boca Ciega is a gorgeous property. This is truly a one-of-a-kind home. You hear that term kind of thrown around in the real estate business, but this home is actually a one-of-a-kind. We're looking at a sauna there, and now you've got the overview. So you see you're right on the bay, close to the beach, gorgeous property, and there's a lot of upgrades on this home. And the property is 350 Boca Ciega Drive in Madeira Beach and El Paradise. And look at the bedroom. Look at the upgrades done. I mean, this is a unique, fully automated home. The custom technology, the outdoor grill, the outdoor kitchen, that is, just completely, just a very unique property here. Check it out if you want to see a gorgeous property in Tampa Bay. 350 Boca Ciega Drive, Madeira Beach. Beautiful pool area. Check out that lanai, the tiki bar. Gorgeous outdoor area. Got a gym, nice hammock area. So many cool little areas that you can sit and just kind of chill and hang out. Work from home at that place. What a place to work from home, right? If you had that home-based business. So check out on all of our properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, let's jump right into it. We got Doug Levi in the house, Strategic Insurance. And when you think about the insurance space, a lot of misnomers floating around out there. What are you seeing on a day-to-day?
One thing I really want to share with people, and we don't like to see this, but I think from the consumer side, it's really important. There's a carrier that's going out of business called Florida Specialty.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, So, and they are officially, this actually came about a few months ago. So you got to remember, insurance is super regulated, just like your industry, Brandon, just like real estate. So the state kind of watches over different they watch over carriers to make sure that they're financially stable, and sometimes they're not. So Florida Specialty was actually a pretty good sized company. For what it's worth, they're not one of the carriers that I represented, but they have about 100,000 policies in the state. The state came in months ago, started monitoring them, and ultimately they decided that they have to be shut down and go into what's called receivership.
Wow.
And officially, so this is why it's important right now with the timing, they're officially going to end as of October 31st. So really,
Wow.
Look, these are businesses as well. Businesses come, businesses go. It's certainly not something you like to see in any industry in a way. Certainly don't want to speak anything poorly about them. Again, I don't know them, don't represent them as an agency, but just want to put it out there to the stratosphere, everybody listening online, on TV, all the different ways they can plug in. That, especially if you're here in Florida, you really need to check out. Do you have Florida Specialty? Because if you do, your policy is stopped, ended, done. You should have gotten plenty of communication about this from the carrier. Likely, hopefully, your agent would have reached out to you. But I just wanted to make that kind of public service announcement, if you will.
Yeah.
If anybody is, and we're helping somebody right now in Orlando that's kind of going through it, and they really didn't know. They hadn't kind of tracked stuff closely, and it was like, oh wow, this is happening. And so we're working to replace that. We didn't have the policy originally, for what it's worth, again, because we don't represent them, but we're helping to replace and find other coverage. So anyone can certainly reach out to us. You can check us out at TampaBayInsurance.com. Again, TampaBayInsurance.com, and we're certainly happy to help anyone out there. And we can turn things around very quickly. So even if if you're hearing this and you're like, oh man, that may sound like the name of my company, my insurance company, and you find out in fact that it is, and you're concerned, feel free to reach out to us and we can get things turned around real quick.
Yeah, I love that. I love that URL always. I compliment that. TampaBayInsurance.com, great URL. You also have a situation where you have reviews. You offer that review. I think so many times that's a big part of the real estate business from insurance side. You want to get a review on what you have currently, and I know you guys do a great job with that.
So we're real proactive with that. Yeah, I wrote down even before the show some of the things that we do. So I just put review, claims, and simplify, and I unpack that quickly at our agency. But one of the things that we do is we do a protection review each year with our clients, and we have systems in place to also monitor their rates. And we have some triggers to say, hey, if your rate goes up a certain percent, that will automatically be on it and reaching out and reviewing. Because really what you don't want with insurance is kind of a set it and forget it mindset, where you may have gotten a homeowner's policy a few years ago, you haven't looked at it in years. You may not be getting a good deal anymore. And the market is volatile and it changes a lot here. And so we've got over 18 insurance companies, 18 homeowners carriers that we can look at for all of our clients. And we can do that year after year. We want to do that. Again, we want to be an agency that's engaged and involved, that's adding value to our clients. So the protection process is really, really important. One of my team members, our personal lines team leader, Leanne, that's one of the big focuses of her role in the agency is handling the protection reviews and that process. So, we feel really good about that we can put something in place to help people make sure we're checking in and that they're really getting that value. The other thing you really want to look for when you're working with your insurance and an agent is what are they doing for you in a claims situation? Okay. Right. So a lot of times what I see in the industry, and again, I'm not speaking poorly on any specific person or company, but just what I see is there's maybe a lack of engagement, and it could be the scenario, hey, I got a claim. You call your agent and they say, oh, here's your 800 number. And you don't hear from them again at all. So we've really taken the exact opposite philosophy. If you call our agency and you've got a claim, we want to actually get on a conference call with you and the insurance company. We want to help you file that claim. And then we've got a process to stay in touch with you throughout that claim. And to me, that's just good business. That's just good service.
Yeah. Do you use technology to help you with that?
We do. Yeah, we absolutely do. And we've got some great technology that helps our team and helps Leanne manage that. And we've kind of got some preset, sequences and thoughts of what we're going to do and follow up. But big picture, we want to be there to follow up and make sure that, we're pushing for your claim to get handled and handled quickly. And that you've got someone there, again, kind of the consumer quarterback, the insurance quarterback, if you will, to help you through that, because we all know it's not easy, right? And it can be daunting. It can be kind of scary. What do I do? How do I do this? Or, sometimes people don't hear back from a claims adjuster. Well, we want to be right there to know, and then we're going to be on that. And we'll get on top of the claims adjuster if we have to get a claims supervisor, whatever we need to do to make sure that the things are moving forward and that people are getting a fair shake. So I really feel strongly about that. I've always said to our team, it's easy to help a client up front when they're paying their money. I really feel we earn our money when something goes wrong and they have a claim.
Right.
And that's our time to shine. Right?
Exactly.
Now, and to be clear, we're not the people that actually write the check. We're the agent, but we're the go-between. We're between the carrier and the client. And so I think we have a big responsibility out there.
Absolutely.
And so we take that, seriously. And then the last thing we really try and do is simplify, right? So we use digital signatures for everything. So everything that interacts with our agency, we have e-sign. We use DocuSign for. And then we've got all lines of business that we can help people with. So.
Very good stuff. Reaching out. We want you reaching out to Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, online at TampaBayInsurance.com. You can also text our hotline if you want to get a review, insurance review, 813-670-7372. You can reach out to 813-670-7372. Get a review. You're leaving money on the table a lot of times. There's money out there to be saved, and the penny saved, the penny earned, the dollar saved, dollar earned. That's what we're talking about here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from Doug Levi here on the Consumer Quarterback Show is Adelia Bennett coming up as well. We're going to talk about mobile massage and stress relief and how you can extend your life and get better quality work hours too out of your employees if you utilize that in the office. So, and our feel-good story of the day: high school coach disarms student with a shotgun and then embraces him. Very cool story in our feel-good story of the day right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
The Tampa
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brandon Rhymes, your host of the show. I'm a top real estate agent here in Tampa Bay and had an awesome opportunity last week. Just want to touch on with Warwick Dunn Charities. We did a TV shoot with Warwick Dunn from Warwick Dunn Charities, Habitat for Humanity, and some pretty cool pictures here. There's me and Warwick at the Habitat home down in South St. Petersburg. We were filming the TV show. There are the new homeowners, the Reedies, and of course there's Warwick Dunn we were interviewing. So we're looking forward to that TV segment coming out. The whole home was completely furnished by Warwick Dunn Charities, and he left a copy of his book as well. There is Mike on the left with Habitat for Humanity. Great crowd showed up, and it was an awesome time, and just a really cool event to see this day and age. You kind of appreciate that even more with so much polarization in politics and things. But Warwick Dunn, big shout out, home number 173 that they benefited the single parent with home ownership, number 173 over his illustrious career off the field. He's a Walter Payton Man of the Year, but it was a great time down there. So we're back here in studio helping you win. That's our goal as the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to help you with all of your different buying decisions when it comes to real estate, credit, finance, estate, and tax planning. We talk with Doug Levi as well with Strategic Insurance, and we're going to talk with Adelia Bennett here as well. The Mellow mobile massage, heavy Mellow mobile massage here in just one moment. Before we do, I want to touch on a hot listing that we've got, 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. This is a $2 million property that we have listed, and it's a gorgeous home. Check out the cool garage area with the toys down there. 4348 Harbor Point Drive, Port Richey, Florida. Direct access out into the bay, so perfect for that fisherman lifestyle. This is a gorgeous home, and it's very private. You got 2 security gates before you get to this property. 6,700 square feet of living space under air, almost 6,700 square feet. Gorgeous property here in beautiful Tampa Bay. One of our top listings right now that we have. We're featuring it on the Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other smart television outlets. Just search Binge Networks and you'll find the Consumer Quarterback Show there on our program as well. And we would love to connect with you. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, the Consumer Quarterback Show pages on Facebook and Instagram. We would love to connect with you as well. And we're interviewing for our team right now as well. So if you want to reach out, we'd love to talk to you. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com or ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving. The official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that they are a first-class organization. They do a great job. So if you're moving either local or long distance across the country, reach out to Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we're back here in studio. Our goal is to help you win. And today we are going to talk about stress relief. Adelia, thanks so much for coming in. And, this stress area of business, it seems like we're at a fastest pace of human history, right? Everybody's so busy. Yes. So what are you seeing in terms of stress relief out there?
Yes. First, thank you for having me here. I'm happy to be here. And it is a movement right now. There is a mindfulness movement. Everyone is focusing more on self-care and stress relief. And it is big right now. And the convenience of the mobile massage is for those that are out of time, that want that self-care but don't have the time. So I bring the self-care to you with my convenience.
Yeah, that's
I bring
right.
my table or chair to your home or office.
Very cool. Yeah, and the whole the mobile side makes it that much more convenient. The stress relief that you get from it, it's going to add to productivity. I think you see
Absolutely.
that over the years. You've been working in massage for quite a while.
Yes, 19 years.
Nice. Very cool. So when you look at the stress relief side, people are able to be more effective. It's a good, kind of a Control-Alt-Delete, like we get a reset.
Absolutely.
You kind of reset button, right?
Yeah, it wakes up the body.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's in one sentence, it wakes up the body.
Yeah. So you can go into businesses as well or homes.
Yes,
tell us a bit more about the
absolutely.
style, the setup.
Yeah, I travel 17 miles from Curlew and 19.
Okay.
And that is pretty far in the Tampa Bay area. Odessa, Trinity, Seminole, some parts of Tampa, and Newport Richey.
Yeah.
And I bring my table into your home. I use all organic products. That's very important to me. What goes on your skin, what goes on my skin. Your skin is your largest organ in your body, so it's absorbed very quickly.
That's right.
And
so when you look at the mobile site, so online at heavymellowmobilemassage.com.
Right.
And people can reach out there. Now, we had the opportunity. I love the stone. What is that? The heated
hot
stone.
stones.
The hot stones.
Yes.
That was awesome.
They are amazing. They just basically melt the tension right from, through the heat and the hot stone.
The pressure.
The pressure is what I was trying to say. Yeah. It just melts the stress and tension, and it improves circulation and improves your sleep. It provides deep relaxation. It actually helps in digestion too. When I'm on the table, I'll hear like certain noises, and I know that it's working. It's pretty amazing.
Now, are you seeing more and more people, because it feels like so much of our life now is either here on a computer as we're hunching forward, or on this smartphone, even walking and talking, sometimes looking down. Are you seeing that effects in the neck and in the upper back? What are you seeing out there?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heavy stress and tension in the neck and back for sure. The trapezius is probably the hardest muscle to work on, and that the hot stones is my saving grace, because some of the bodybuilders that I work on are people that just are in the gym religiously or on the computer. Yep. I honestly think that it's harder on your body a sedentary job than a physical job. Right. So working on that, it's tough. So the hot stones really break it down.
Yeah, I love that. And then you also use aromatherapy as well.
Yes, all organic.
All organic. Yeah. Talk us through that. So you got eucalyptus, lavender.
What else do I have? Sometimes I'll have bergamot, frankincense.
Nice.
I should branch out into a few more, but with mobile, I try to keep a little bit.
Yeah. So that helps though also with the relaxation side of it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. The scents, different scents can put you in a different state of mind, where eucalyptus would be a little bit more uplifting. The guys seem to like that, and then lavender is more calming, and the girls seem to like that. But some people switch it up.
Sure.
It's whatever you like.
Yeah, that's awesome. So people can reach out, heavymellowmobilemassage.com, just directly there on the website. You got a great looking website as too.
You can actually book online. Just click on book now, and I think you mentioned how convenient and easy it was to book online.
It was great. It gives you those reminders as well, because sometimes people get so busy they forget that they booked. And so heavymellowmobilemassage.com. Got a great website there, and also your phone number, contact information is online. And of course, you can see all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. So I want to thank Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. Thanks for coming in today. Final thought. Give us a final thought here.
I'll give you a final thought, kind of tying into this, is stand-up desks. So 4 years ago, I bought a stand-up desk. Got to do it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Have you ever seen these where you can go up and down? I think the one I have, I don't work for them, but it's called Veridesk, where you can kind of either go up or down.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews, so I was curious. It is.
I love it. I mean, I can't sit still very well, but I stand most of the day. Awesome. As opposed to sitting. And if you need to sit, you can sit. So, again, people, whether you're working from home or at an office, it's been really great. And we've actually done it for our whole team. Yeah. So anyone in our team who wants that, and almost all the teams adopted it. And they really like it. Yeah. So
very cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, Adelia Bennett, Heavy Mellow Mobile Massage. And coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show in the second half of the show, we're going to talk mortgages and finance with Diane, Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our feel-good story of the day: high school coach disarms student with a shotgun and then embraces him. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. And we want to give a shout out to our restaurant partner, Taps Restaurant, over at International Plaza on Bay Street, right at the mall there. Great opportunity to go hang out. And they've got really good food. The food is excellent. Great ambiance there. Very friendly staff as well. And guess what? If you are a dog lover like me, you can bring your furry friends to this awesome restaurant. Our new restaurant partner is Taps Restaurant at International Plaza on Bay Street, and they offer outdoor patio seating. Of course, dogs are welcome, and charming interior as well. A lot of cool events happening over there. International Mall, Bay Street, 2223 Northwest Shore Boulevard in Tampa, and they are a awesome partner of ours. We're planning a cool social coming up, especially this time of year. The weather is nicer. It's cooling off a little bit, so stay tuned for that. And we had a change out in our guest speakers here. We got expert contributors Diane Vance in the house, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Welcome back.
Hey, Brandon. Good to be here. Always love your show, and I enjoy letting your listeners know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk today about do's and don'ts so that you get your loan approved.
I like that. Do's and don'ts. We got Colleen Rodríguez as well, Fairway Independent Mortgage.
Hey, Brandon, how are you today?
Doing
Good to
wonderful.
see you.
Likewise.
Good to see you. Enjoying the cooler weather.
That's right.
For this next couple days, I hope,
Yeah,
at least.
yeah, it's nice to get a break from the humidity at least.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, Diane's going to talk about do's and don'ts, and I might talk a little bit about the city of Tampa down payment assistance.
I love that. Yes,
Yeah.
I love that
Could
stuff.
also
Down
talk
payment.
about things to do for if you're going to get an appraisal, because they kind of tie in hand. We'll talk about it.
Good stuff. Do's and don'ts and appraisals and down payment assistance. That sounds like a good lineup to me.
Yeah.
I like that. Hot property listing on the beach. This is 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach, just reduced down to $699. Gorgeous opportunity. This is a great opportunity for your beach house. This is literally 200 steps and you are on the sugar sands of North Clearwater Beach, the dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach. And it's interesting. I was over here at 861 Mandalay Avenue in Clearwater earlier in the week, and we were filming another like a video / TV show episode, kind of a field shoot. And I walked over. We drove over to the beach area right there. Literally a walk. We could have walked over, but we were on our way out. And you look out there and you got the Coast Guard kind of dropping into the water. And I said, wait, is something going on? They said, no. One of the locals came up and said, they practice over there all the time. So they're over there practicing on the Gulf. So pretty cool opportunity to live on that side of the beach. And 861 Mandalay Avenue in Clearwater is a great opportunity. Beautiful property, and the owner is motivated, and you are right on the beach there. So I love that property. Check it out at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Beautiful kitchen and living space in that house.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And
Huge
that outside,
master.
Space
nice.
looks great.
That patio area would
Yeah.
be great for the football games,
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
barbecues,
gosh, yeah.
hanging
Especially
out.
since the weather's getting
That's right. Yeah, we got the
Now
nice.
we can go outside.
I know.
Yes, that's right.
Awesome.
So we got our mortgage expert contributors here in studio today talking about the market. We just had our office mastermind meeting, and the market's good. The markets are looking great. It's still a seller's market in a lot of areas, and we keep wondering, when is this shift going to happen, and when are things going to start happening? But it's a great thing for us. Mortgage rates are low.
Yep. And we still need properties on the market, because that's your biggest challenge. We still have a lot of buyers that can't find a property.
That's right.
And they are, they just, and that sweet spot, between 200 and 350,
Yeah.
they go fast.
200 to 350. So let's, while we're kind of talking about, some of the other things you wanted to mention, I'm going to pull that up. We're going to give you a live update right here on the show on that specific dynamic. So 200 to 250. Which county you want to look at? You want to look
200 to 350. Either one.
All right, let's look at, we've got Pinellas County came up first here as I was flipping through. Between 200 and 249, year to date, there have been 5,353 properties. That represents almost 11% of the market. At the end of September, between 200 and 250, we had 518 properties for sale. Now, out of those 518, the question becomes, how many of those sold?
Correct.
And I like to pose that question to my sellers when I'm interviewing them and talking about whether we're going to do business together as a listing to real estate relationship. So 200 to 250, 518 properties listed. How many of those sold? The answer is 211. So you divide that number, you come up with a number a little less than 50%. Yeah, a little less than 50 there.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
That means we need more properties, and
That's right.
We need more properties so people can buy, and unfortunately, a lot of those 200 to 250 properties may need work on them and things like that. So that sometimes is a deterrent. So that 50% may actually be a little different.
Right.
But I want to talk about a situation that happened to me. So I actually got a call from a frantic customer that had been declined by a major bank.
Okay.
And he, that's why I'm going to talk about do's and don'ts. Because
Here's a don't. Here comes a don't, I think, right?
No, actually, the reason he told me it was decline, I'm not sure why. I'm still trying to figure it out. But he said it was because of his funds to close, because he had sold a property and put it in his bank, which is allowed. So I still don't know the answer, but the do's and don'ts is I gave him a list of items that I needed.
Right.
And so when I was so mortgage loan officers are kind of like putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right.
You have to give me the puzzle, so the pieces, so I can actually put it together.
Yeah.
So I'd give him this list, and he maybe gave me 2 or 3 items on the list, and then And I'm like, okay, you've already been in process for how long? We need to, get everything right away. So when we ask for things, it's not because we just want to look at stuff and are nosy. It's because we're trying to put the puzzle together.
Sure.
So as I proceeded to go into the loan, I found out that, I looked at his tax returns, he had 7 rental properties and only 2 were showing on the credit bureau. So obviously there's more somewhere. And on my list was mortgage statements. The reason I need mortgage statements is, and explain why I need the mortgage statement is because I need to know if your taxes, insurance, if you can afford that with what your rental income is showing on your tax returns.
Okay.
So I need to know what is your payment.
Right.
If it's not on the credit report, I have to know what the payment is.
We got to see that your taxes and everything, insurance are escrowed in there.
So whenever any loan officer asks you for documentation, they should be asking it up front.
Yes.
Should not be 2 weeks later.
Yes.
I basically tell people if they're self-employed, tell them within 24 hours I'll have their everything analyzed. And of course it was quicker because I realized I didn't have everything. So it was a little quicker for me to analyze, say, okay, I have 2/3 of it. I need the other third so I can finish.
Right.
So we're going to have a phone call. But because a lot of people are very confused at why they need what.
Yes.
And the reason we need things is usually because something else has come up during the analysis of whatever it is we're looking at. So, it's, you're allowed to have sale of properties for down payment. You're allowed to have gift funds for down payment. You just can't have a loan for a down payment. You can't go out and get a loan. And seasoning means that basically when they say it's not been seasoned, it means that it's not been in the bank for 60 days.
60 days.
So if you're going to go get a loan, put it in for, no. No, just kidding. But they look at that. They look at new loans, those type of things. So what we're trying to do is pre-underwrite the loans.
Right.
Yeah. So of those 200, 250, $250,000 borrowers that are buying those homes, make sure you're qualified because there's a lot of people that want that same house.
Yes.
So make sure you actually get everything you need, your pay stubs, your W-2s, make sure you know where your down payment's coming from. If it's a gift, it's fine. Just tell us what it is. We're okay with whatever you tell us.
Yeah.
And we'll advise you properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't keep it a secret.
If there's a divorce, let's get the divorce
Whatever
decree.
it is,
those are questions that a senior loan officer, someone that is, it's especially with Fairway, they're trained, they have the knowledge. So if you're if you're shopping rate or you're talking to one of these national firms, a lot of times it's a newbie. They don't know the right questions to ask.
Call center. Or there's somebody working out of their bedroom or something like that. And Colleen, you've been in the business, 20, I don't know, long time. I've been in longer than her.
20 months.
Yeah. 20 years.
20 years plus.
I've been in like 32 years. So
nice.
So all of my loan officers are very, very experienced. And we know when and what we need up front. So we try, and that is the difference between having a smooth process and not a smooth process. Nobody likes surprises.
Yes.
Surprises cause stress. It causes stress on me, on the realtor. So just tell us what is going on and where stuff is coming from, and we will advise you how to deal with it.
Yeah,
and
we're not trying to hide. We're trying to get the information from you to make the process smoother for you.
It's
we're
almost
not
like a fiduciary.
Yeah,
right? I mean, you're acting on in their best interest.
Yeah, and to find the best program for you too. Like I had a borrower the other day that I was doing a pre-approval on, and she said she was already pre-approved by a bank, and she's self-employed. And I said, did they review
I'm very good at that self-employed because my husband's an accountant.
Yeah,
that helps.
Did they review your tax returns to issue this pre-approval for you? And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, how did they calculate your income?
Exactly. And they did it. And then on the realtor side, we go under contract in some cases, and the deal falls out, and then the seller's upset with us, and the buyer agent says, oh, I didn't know. And it leads to this whole, a lot of added stress. We were just talking about stress on the first half of the show.
I just said that.
It adds to a lot of stress. Let's do a rent versus own here as well, because a lot of times we talk about renters. We've had an uptick in calls lately on 860, the answer, 1025, the bone, Apple TV. So let's do a rent versus own. So if you text us, just go ahead and text us for the first 3 or 4 listeners. We're going to hook you up with a rent versus own. And it may not be you, but somebody that you know or care for in your family. Text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to 813-670-7372. Just simply text the word rent to 813-670-7372. And we're going to give you a rent versus own analysis. It's going to break down all those numbers for you, show you what you could be paying paying in a mortgage if you're still renting. And the numbers don't lie. They show you about 30 to 40% more affordability for the mortgage side, and the rates at a 40 to 50 year low. More from our expert contributors here, Diane, Vance, and Colleen Rodríguez in studio here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And our feel-good story of the day is a good one coming up. We've got a high school coach disarms student with a shotgun and then embraces him. So feel-good story of the day here in our feel-good story, and more from our expert contributors right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckles that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We want to help you win in your real estate negotiations. I'm a certified negotiation expert, and we help you win. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we're going to help you understand the values, what your offer amount should be, what your counter offer should be. And I'm a certified negotiation expert. I actually teach negotiation and branding over at GTAR, the Greater Tampa Realtor Association, as well as PRO, the Pinellas Realtor Association as well. This segment is brought to you by Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Bilmar Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard and Treasure Island. I love going down and taking a nice little staycation, some time away from work. You've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Restaurant and Beach Bar over at Gulf Boulevard and Treasure Island. And give Clyde Smith, he's the general manager, give him a call and book directly. Let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. They got some great rates during the week. I think it's right at $100, $110 during the week. So they've got some really cool offers. Just let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island. And that's our hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got a hot property for this segment, 1645 Parker Point in Odessa. This is a gated community, gorgeous property. Check out the photography compliments of Fairway Frameworks here at 1645 Parker Point Boulevard in Odessa. Gorgeous 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with an open floor plan, and it has a large lot, and the community has access to the lake. So if you're a fisherman, go out there and enjoy gated community, private community here at 1645 Parker Point Boulevard in Odessa, Florida.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so we've got our expert contributors here. Fairway Independent Mortgage. Support your local lender. Support the local economy here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Diane, Vance in the house. Colleen, Rodríguez as well. So, Colleen, you wanted to talk a little bit about some of the down payment assistance, and I'm so glad you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just it's fresh in my mind because I went to the City of Tampa Down Payment Assistance Program the other day, just this past Tuesday, and they're offering some great opportunities for people who have to purchase in the City of Tampa. So the public records, the county appraiser website has to say Tampa on it.
Okay.
It can't be unincorporated Hillsborough or anything like that.
Yep.
And it's up to $15,000 for up to 140% AMI, which is I think
Average
it's
median
like
income,
average
I
median income, which I think is like $86,000 and change. I don't have the exact numbers in
Yep.
front of me, but you can call and I'll give them to you. And if you're 80% or less, you get $30,000 to help you
Wow.
with down payment and closing costs.
Is that combined family or is that
Total household income.
okay?
So these are great. Your purchase price is max like around $266,000.
Okay.
And you can go to a credit score as low as 600.
Nice.
So it's really a great opportunity for some buyers that are struggling. They do require you to take a first-time home buyer class, which I always encourage all of my first-time home buyers, whether
Yeah.
they're getting assistance or not, to take a class. There's free ones available online. Even this particular one, they're going to actually have to go sit in a classroom
Right.
for 8 hours.
Yep.
But it's great because it talks about budgeting,
Yep.
a little basic house care and things like that. But budgeting and saving is huge.
Small price to pay for $15,000 down payment assistance.
Right.
Yeah.
The borrower has to have $1,000 of their own money into the transaction. They have to have $2,000 altogether. The other $1,000 can be a gift.
Nice.
So, and that includes the money for their inspections and everything. But it kind of all ties in as I talk about inspections, and you guys are talking about homes for sale and stuff like that. This program requires like what we call, kind of offhand, we call it the Section 8 inspection.
Okay.
And it's a little bit more detailed inspection than we normally get from a regular 4-point or your regular home inspection. So they're going to go around and they're going to look at like your light covers and make sure none of them are your receptacles, your outlets, and make sure none of the covers are broken.
Yep.
They're going to want you to have and is it GFI or
GFI.
GFCIs or
Yep.
whatever's in all the kitchens and the bathrooms where there's exposure to water.
Okay.
No paint peeling, no exposed raw wood that's not painted or sealed, that kind of thing. And that's one of the biggest important things that you guys want to, and even as listing agents, that you want to talk about with your sellers is if you want your sale to go smoothly,
Right.
Make sure that you guys walk through and have everything all squared away. Make sure there's no water on any of the drywall in the house, no moisture showing, no roof shingles that are all curly or anything like that. The windows all open. Some programs require that you have the screens, if there's torn screens, that the screens are repaired.
Yeah.
The City of Tampa one will require that. So the City of Tampa does right now do the inspection up front for you. So you get that answer pretty quick.
Yep.
And then you can know if the seller's going to fix everything.
Yeah.
But if you are thinking about listing your home, if you reach out to one of your agents, one of your guys, one of your people,
Yeah. Absolutely.
they could certainly help walk through a house and recommend what needs to be fixed.
Sure.
Or even recommend to get a home inspection prior to the house going on the market, so you know what needs to be repaired before you list it. So
Yeah,
you
it's
could have
important.
it ready to go. Because what'll happen is the appraiser is going to go in, and if it's an FHA loan, it might be a little more tricky, or a VA.
Mm-hmm.
Conventional, not so much, but they're going to go in and they're going to say, this needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed, and it could create a delay in your closing.
Yep. Second round of
So-
negotiations as well. You end
Yep.
up renegotiating price. So I always recommend that upfront home inspection. We work with Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection a lot in that scenario. It's going to help you win, again, in your negotiations and set setting forth the right, you want to set the tone up front in the transaction. Hey, this property's pre-inspected, no issues here, because a lot of times these buyers are strung through a couple different transactions, and that leads to a headache.
Yeah, and once they go through a couple houses where they've paid these home inspections, they start to lose their wind. You know, the wind goes out of their sail.
That's right.
So, yeah.
All right, we're going to tell you something good here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is about the high school coach disarms a student with a shotgun and then embraces him. So surveillance footage captured a moment at a high school in Oregon, disarmed a student with a shotgun and then embraced him. Keenan Lowe, a football coach from Kirkos High School, was seen emerging from a classroom holding a shotgun and then backing away from student Angel Grandos Diaz. And then before another teacher comes and takes the weapon away. Then Lowe embraced Graziano in the two hug for at least a minute. Police eventually arrived. Grazios suffered from mental health crisis at the time, according to KATU. When it comes to labeling a hero, Lowe said it feels great, but he was simply doing what he hopes any adult would do. I feel like I was put in that room for a reason, and quote, I thank God that no one got hurt, and I think God was in the room at that time. So interesting story, and that's a diligent teacher, stepping in and doing what he said he hoped any adult would do in that situation. So that could have turned out a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, it was a good scenario.
School system.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Diane Vance.
Make sure you have all your documents, and when we ask, send them.
Send them over.
Don't argue with us.
Yes. Why do I need that?
DianeVance.com is my website, and my phone number is 727-647-8199, and I'll be more than happy to tell you what documents you need to send.
Call directly, 727-647-8199. Of course, let them know the real estate quarterback sent you and you were listening to the show. We got that rent versus own analysis. Yep. That's always a good idea.
Yes.
We can do a text for value as well if people want to get a value check on their home. Properties are appreciating. There's a great time to reach out and text rent or value to our hotline, and we'll take care of you on that. Colleen, top tips.
Well, I think you need to, when you speak with one of your listing agents, Brandon,
Yep.
you need to make sure that you talk about a home inspection. At least have your agent go through and make sure that you fixed everything they tell you to fix.
Absolutely.
And don't be giving them any backlash about that.
Yeah, home inspections are important.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times the homeowners, they focus on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I had one this past week. I was looking around and I looked outside and I saw rotted wood. I said, right there, but now we got to get the Suncoast Roofing involved. So have the agent do that walkthrough. It's going to help you a lot.
Yeah, really important. And your agents know your guys are well trained. So yeah,
that's right. Yeah, especially the Keller Williams brand. There's a really big emphasis on training. I'm going down on Monday, Tuesday, going down to get certified as a teacher so I can teach branding and negotiation across the state. So that's going to be fun.
That's very
Good
fun.
luck.
That's going to be great.
That's awesome.
Leads to an uptick in referral business too from other parts of the state. So that's great. Looking forward to that.
Very good. Very
good. So we got about a minute left.
Uh-huh.
Final thoughts. Anything that we may have glossed over here that you want to add over? So down payment assistance, I think, is key. Let's
Yes.
if you're out there and it may not be for you. It may be a loved one that you know of, a young couple that just got married, or folks that are looking to move up. Down payments there.
This so many times is get pre-approved by your lender before you go out shopping.
Yes.
I do have somebody that actually did not do that, and they wrote a contract, and it's really becoming quite a challenge. Let's put it that way, because it's a borrower who probably need to wait 6 months before they move forward.
Right.
So, and it just is going to waste everybody's time, the seller's time.
Yep.
Both the agent's times involved and everything like that. So
title pulled preliminary
we try
title.
to say when.
Yeah.
So when can you buy?
Yes.
It may not be today, but we will give you an idea of when and how.
Right.
So instead of putting down, your first and last security deposit, you could actually get one of those down payment assistance programs.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Great stuff. Hey, I want to thank Diane Vance. I want to thank Colleen Rodríguez. Fairway Independent Mortgage, always a pleasure. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food, donate some time, be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.